7. Barrett outside, the switch. Doncic goes, oh, what a great step! And then he hammers it home. Broke his ankles.
We are the New York Knicks. 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 Go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. We're back on track on the floor, scoring more is 94, and the Knicks are hardcore. And I'll tell you like this, we ain't never looked sharper. With Hubert, Bonner, Gray, and Harper, it's the Knicks, and we're back on pace. Everyone's gearing up for the championship race, and the fans are going crazy, and they're doing it for a reason. Cause 94 is the Knickerbocker season.
I hear about those good New York Knicks teams, but just those stories of people that got to watch the 90s Knicks, even back to the Walt Frazier Knicks and all that, and never got to enjoy those seasons. I really never did. Of course, Carmelo Anthony era, J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert, we know all about that when we won over 50 games with Mike Woodson at the helm. But gosh, that's the best song ever. Ever since my dad introduced that to me, just you OG Knicks fans are going to freaking love hearing that. Might have to play that at the beginning of every freaking video, except I might get copyright now. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens with that. But anyway, I'll put on the screen or whatever the credit. But New York Knicks, we have some news. As Agent Wojnarowski went on to tweet out, I'm actually pretty happy about this news, as the Knicks and the Miami Heat are reluctant to go out there and trade for Victor Oladipo. And some of you guys may be like, oh, the Knicks suck. They need another star. They need more talent. But we also need talent that we could really depend on, that's going to show up most nights. As Victor Oladipo being selected second overall, of course, out of Indiana, selected by the Orlando Magic. It was in the Giannis draft, not the best of draft in the world. He showed flashes there, but they gave up on him, ended up dealing him to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it was kind of not the best of fit, but he showed flashes over there. Of course, he ended up going to the Indiana Pacers, and the future looked bright over there with him and Sabonis. It just looked absolutely amazing, but sadly he went down with a big-time injury, and it sucked for a player that's game is kind of relied off of athleticism, above the rim, this grit and grind type of player. If he was healthy, I would love him as a New York Knick, don't get me wrong, but since the 2018 season, he's only played 84 games. Yes, 84 games, and this is someone that's going to be a free agent as well. So do you want to pay money to someone that is going to go on, or you want to pay money to someone that you can't really rely on or depend on to really show up most nights, if you know what I'm saying? And he's really regressed as a basketball player when he's been out there. He's been extremely inefficient. He's been terrible from downtown. And he wants to go to the Miami Heat. Like, that's his top destination ever since last season. He spoke out about that. But the Heat don't even want him. That speaks volume, because there are some rumors out there that they're going to have to give up a Tyler Hero, and they do not want to do that. They're very high on Tyler Hero, and they want to keep their young core intact, which I don't blame them whatsoever. Like Tyler Hero, who's a promising player. He's a good spot-up shooter. He's a good offensive skill set. Not sure how he's going to be defensively long-term in the NBA with the physicality and all that. Of course, he's going to stay in the NBA. I'm just saying defensive side of the basketball-wise. But anyway, do you want to go out there, give away a young, good asset, a part of the future for a guy who may not even play? If you know what I'm saying, of Victor Oladipo, I'm not a big fan of that. This is someone who's regressed. He has injury concerns. Like, will he even want to play for the Knicks if we go out there and trade for him if his preferred destination is the Miami Heat? And his athleticism isn't the same anymore. He's one of the worst three-point shooters in the league right now. Like, he even turned down a contract from the Houston Rockets, who he currently plays for right now. He's only played 20 games for them as of right now, and as soon as he went to the Rockets, he went on to have another injury. If we can get him for the cheap, I wouldn't be extremely mad, but I don't see us getting him for the cheap. Some people think we can get him for like Frank in a second rounder. I get it, like they're trying to trade him, but is it still realistic? Like, I don't get it at all. I know Victor Oladipo doesn't want to play there, and I know they're trying to deal him, but will it really make sense for the Houston Rockets? They want something at least positive in exchange, a second round pick who may not play for your team, Kevin Knox who may be in the G League. Like, they really like Christian Wood, who is a forward or center/forward. you have a guy of Kevin Porter Jr. as well over there. So will Knox get action over there? He'll get action, like, because they're a bad basketball team, but long term, like, how are they really going to like Kevin Knox? But getting a Victor Oladipo, he's a guy that's going to be ball dominant. He takes a lot of shots, and it hasn't been on the best of efficiency whatsoever. He's a bulldog, but he's a guy that really relies on going to the basket, and with the injury concerns, that really scares me. He's a good defensive player, but especially for someone that just wants to play for the Miami Heat, it seems like that is scary. Again, we're probably not going to have to give up a lot, but the fit isn't there, and we just can't rely on him to play a certain amount of games, and we're going to have to go on to give him a contract. If he rejected the Rockets contract, like, what do you think he's going to say to us, like, in free agency? Let me know down below your input, like, on this whole situation. Do you want Victor Oladipo? Do you not want him? Are you scared of the injuries? Like, are you scared of his efficiency from downtown? It's been abysmal. And as always, guys, have a humble day or night. Peace out, y'all.